On mobile on the opening day, surfing a fun left-hand sandbank. A couple of rights on offer this morning as we're seeing a start from a wild card, Marco Mignot, and taking on Michael Rodrigues. Joe Turpel and Martin Potter for the call. Potts, Felipe safe with the win, even though he came in about 12 minutes early, dealing with the back pain. So still positive signs for him as he felt the positivity, knowing that he had a few sixes under that pain. Already into a second ride. Marco getting a little whitewater tap to finish. Rolling in out the back. World number one, Gabriel Medina. Clean connection out the back, blowing the tail out. Aggressive little stab down to the bottom into a wrapping cutback. Finding flow. Rodrigues will fit in a backhand jam. So things starting off with a little bit of a flurry to try to make sense of this lineup. Gabriel Medina starts with a 3.83 on his last. Nice, beautiful down carve. Snap to slide off the lip line, generating his momentum to catch up with the lip again. Winding up to finish solid on his feet. So in attack mode on that last left. Around the world, just surfing perfect waves is a good way to become a really talented surfer.
No, you've got to be comfortable traveling. You've got to be comfortable in all different conditions, as this young man is. Beautiful ride here from Gabriel Medina. Beautiful projection down the line, fitting his maneuvers in nicely. His heats the way he does his year. Starts slow and then builds up through the mid part and finishes strong.
Right into Marco Mignot on the backhand. Frames it vert. Rodrigues behind him. Crushing a big section, looking to hang on. And Marco staying on his feet. So the young Grom getting the call up, kind of splits his time.
Up against Gabriel, especially here. Rodrigues, little catch there on his first turn, but finishing strong on the second maneuver.
We're wishing John a speedy recovery. I think he's on a pretty incredible sailing adventure of his own. But I'm sure he's watching all this live action going down right now. Medina whips it through the lip. Second turn solid. He's got a lot of momentum, room to pull into the tube, makes it. Front side wrap into the pocket for Gabriel. Checks it off the lip and shuts it down on the end section. Previous wave was a 5.0.
That was a long wave too.
I just enjoy watching him freestyle. It's like, what maneuver is he going to go for?
A nice small technical one, but it's going to be a really good angle here. Starts off strong there, and you can just watch how he just builds his momentum. Starts to feel freer, a little bit more loose. Now you can see him jamming down the line. Slots in nice and clean as well. It was an in and out barrel there for Medina. Showing the variety, keeping that speed through each maneuver. This guy's absolutely on fire right now, and as we always talk about, this is the part of the tour where he generally sort of turns the screws on everyone, so it's going to be interesting to see how he goes through this event, how he approaches each heat. Does he just do enough to win, or just go out there and just smoke everyone?
Such an interesting place to be for a guy like Gabriel Medina.
Nice technical little tube here, Joe, nice and clean too. Amazing that he got himself so compressed to fit in and out of that without being touched by the wave. And then rattles off a couple of big turns. So Gabriel Medina looking good. Board looks good under his feet.
There's something about slowing things down with some of the best in the world. Jerry Lopez used to break that down in Pipeline, where it's almost like he's controlling everything.
Yeah.
That's the way it looked when he surfed it, because he was one of the best of all time out there. And the last thing he wants is his competitor to feel that pain. But at the other end of it is Medina feeling this amazing momentum, knowing that he can get some serious room on the Jeep leaderboard as he's seeing this world title come in very clear, knowing that Felipe's got some back pain. With just 3 events to go, including this one. Rodrigues on the backhand. And blowing the whole board out the back on that second maneuver.
Would have been easier for him to do, but because this wave really, it really demands that physical presence on a wave, I think that's the down part for him.
Michael Rodrigues, quick swing in the pocket. Wild card, Marco in motion. Gets the first turn off the roof, squares up vertically, deeper off the bottom. Frames it vert. Little inside corner, bending towards Marco. Throws the tail out into reverse, but ends up incomplete.
It's a lot different though. I mean, paddling out and having a free surf to competing at a high level, it's like night and day.
Marco in motion, enjoying this wild card experience. as he'll have some support from the local fans on the beach. Looking like we've got some cleaner turns on the forehand from Michael Rodrigues. Using those rail lines well. Riding those surfboards from Matt Biolis, who is here in Europe, shaping a lot of equipment for the world's best.
Other guys will paddle out and try and get a highlight reel every time they hit the water, so you want to save energy, and that's what Medina's doing right now. If a pair of fives is what it takes, then he'll be happy with that. You know, if he needs to crank it up and get a bigger score, he might need to after this wave from Rodrigues. Once he hears the score, he gets pushed, then he starts putting the pedal down a little bit more, and that's the beauty of watching Gabriel Medina. He can click into that next gear.
Last year in his title run, getting his second world title. Remember the final as well with Keanu Singh, where he ended up finishing runner-up in that final as well. And he's in motion. Medina, tail-high reverse. Stance nice and forward. He's been waiting for that big section to work with. And the judges will definitely hook him up with some more points out of the scale. Medina with a solid total out front. 12.4 combined total. Is up again. Rippable left, setting up for the two-time world champ. Big ramp section. Another massive tail-high inverted reverse in a tight space. Staying super active. Found a good part of the bank where he can get some big rampy sections to work with.
Yeah, and there it is right there. I mean, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. You know, it's a couple of big turns. Nice snap off the top to start. Widens that stance, and we know exactly what happens thereafter. Big, high, frontside air reverse, the freestyle surfing that we love from Gabriel Medina. Marco going for it there, trying to get himself in the mix here. Sort of falling behind just a little bit, needing a 5.52. Easy.
Here comes Marco, the wild card. Wrapping cutback. Pop shove it in transition, just trying to mix it up on that left-hander. He'll be back to Rodrigues. Got to the beach, made the board change. Looking to improve on a 4.27 here. Here comes the inside wedge. Big, powerful vertical attack to try to improve on that scoreline. 9:25 to go.
Massive rail game. It's all about that innovation. Fill in the gaps with the rail game, but you need to have the air game if you're going to succeed here today.
Back to Rodrigues on the left-hander here. Finishing move looked nice and solid. 4.63.
And Marco, it's almost like they, from the get-go, have been surfing for second place. You know, you got to kind of arrive, you got to go at Medina. No one has.
And there's a nice combination of turns for Rodrigues. Medina trying to make a connection to this inside that he's been loving. Crab rail reverse complete for Medina, who has been so impressive on his last few finishing moves. That one different from his reverses on both of his previous sevens.
Rodrigues definitely on his way to his best score. And then Medina just firing on all cylinders. Have a look at that there. Just rail grab reverse. Is there a trick this kid can't do?
I think he's got everything, Potts. There he goes again. There's the tail blow reverse. You can see he knows how to do that nose pick motion on that last move and also on the grab rail nose pick reverse.
Does it with power though.
Last one after that with a couple of rotations.
Yeah, big air reverse again from Gabriel, just having some fun, as you said. Rodrigues dropped his best score, 6.20, but Gabriel, it's kind of not even a section where you can do an air. I mean, there was no real lip on that. It was, he's just got that ability to pop the board out of the face of the wave.
Looking at the numbers, Gabriel Medina's keepers 7 to a 7.4 with had those big tail high reverse finishes. Speaking of tail high, a big reverse. Marco is happy to celebrate. See what happened on the right for Marco here. One of the biggest maneuvers he's thrown down in this heat. Foam climb, look out. Medina heating up. Big section. Going for a massive alley-oop. Lands hard on the roof and goes down.
So we see Gabriel Medina stands on the tail, starts to get the speed going. Watch the stance. Every time he pumps, that foot slides back, hits the kick pad, clear for takeoff. Just a little bit off balance, landing on the roof and goes down.
He's got some crazy rotations. Pulling that off-axis backflip back in Rio a few years back with the jersey on. Rodrigues up and out. Saw Jeremy for the first time battling out here with guys like Kelly and Mick way back in the day. Carving through his first couple points is Rodrigues. But I think he knows that Marco's throwing a bit more flair, so he'll go for a reverse, but he's hung up.
Foul there for Gabriel Medina.
And now live action, Marco going for his version of the alley-oop. Unfortunately, he couldn't bring it back down.
And that's a lifetime when it comes to a heat situation. He's kind of given Marco free reign of trying to catch him. I'd like to find out what was going through his head to make that decision.
Looking at the scoreline, 597, 507 back-to-back for Marco. Once he started going above the lip, he's going to run out of time.
Yeah.
So Mignot will be into the elimination round. Rodrigues into the round of 32, and a dominant performance from your world #1, Medina, who still has something for you to finish. There's that grab rail, fin throw, reverse. Still on his feet. And always ready to put on a show. He still wants credit for that. He'll get the completion. As we've got a giant coming into the beach. 7-4 and a 7.0 for Medina. Heat number 7 coming up next.